the next point. We should ensure whatever we see is clear.
That means work is being done. We can see that it is in opposite direction.
Good day, viewers, students, and listeners at home. Welcome to Home Management class. I remain yours, Ubangozi Gloria. You are welcome to today's topic. On today's topic, we shall be discussing convenience food. Convenience food. And then the course outline is this: introduction, definition of convenience food, types of convenience foods, factors to consider when purchasing canned food, guidelines for selecting convenience foods, uses of convenience foods, advantages of convenience foods, disadvantages of convenience food. Now we do wonder, when we go to the supermarket, we see so many varieties of food displayed on their counter and on their shelves. Some of them are canned, some are bottled, some are in packages, and some are already in consumable state. We do wonder, what are they called? They are known as convenience food. And this convenience food, some of them are already in consumable state, some are already what? Pre-prepared. What do you mean by pre-prepared? If I'm going for a frozen chicken, I know that it has been plucked, it has been cleaned. I don't need to go home and slaughter and then start cleaning, which means it has been pre-prepared. Now let's go to the definition of convenience food. Convenience foods are foods which are pre-prepared. Underline that word, pre-prepared, and or packaged by the manufacturers in ready-to-use form. These are food which are pre-prepared. They are packaged by the manufacturers in ready-to-use form. They are therefore quicker, simpler to prepare than the normal form in which they are available. Examples are sardine, cornflakes, baked beans, tomato puree, and so on. These foods are already prepared or in semi-prepared stages, and they are packaged by the manufacturers, having different brands. Now, let's go to types of convenience foods. Number one, we have quick frozen foods. Quick frozen food. What do you mean by quick frozen food? These are foods that are frozen in the refrigerator or freezer under 0 degrees centigrade to avoid spoilage. Examples are meat, fish, turkey, snails, and so on. They are called quick frozen foods. Number two, we have canned foods. These are food which has been altered. They are processed food. These are food that have been denatured and then stored in cans and bottles. They have passed through the processes of heating, either by pasteurization or sterilization. And examples of these canned foods are corned beef, milk, sardines, tomato puree, fruit salad, and so on. Number three, we have dehydrated foods. By dehydrated foods, we mean by the moisture content or the water content has been removed, making it to be dry. Examples are potato flakes, coffee, instant tea, cocoa, and cassava flakes. The water content has been removed. Number four, we have packed food. On this packed food, these are in their final stage of consumption. You need not to prepare them again. They are already prepared. It's for you to what? To consume. Examples are sandwiches, we have our cakes, we have biscuits, we have ready cooked meals. This stage, the food is already prepared. What you are to do is to consume. Now, what are the factors to consider when purchasing canned foods? Some people will go to the market carelessly and buy anything without checking. There are some factors. There are some points we must consider when buying canned food. As I told us earlier, that canned foods have been subjected into so many processing. Some of them have been heated and then stored in cans and bottles. The factors to consider is that the can must not be bulging. It must not be swollen. When a can of food you are about to buy is swollen, there is a problem. It's either it has started spoiling, or it has deteriorated, or microorganism has set in, so it has become bulgy, that's swollen. So once cans are swollen, please, we should not buy. Number 2, the seams must be intact. The seams around the tin must be intact. It must not be open and it must not be rustic. The can should not be dented. When you go to buy, the sellers will tell you that it is as a result of packaging. If it is as a result of packaging, then there should be a reduction in price. And if they are not ready to reduce in price, go for the one that is not dented. Number 4, check for the list of ingredients for allergy. The last time we were having practicals with the students and we needed hot dog, sausage for practical. And one of the students asked and said, "Auntie, from the name hot dog, does it mean it contains dog, meat?" I said, no. We had to go through the contents and see that it contains what? Beef, which is sausage beef. So once you want to check it, you have to check for what? For the ingredients for allergy. And then the content, to know what it contains. Because I know that Muslims don't take pork and they don't take dog. So for you to know what it contains, you check through the content. And then you also check for what? For allergy. There are some people that when they take food that contains milk or some substance, you see them what? Throwing up. So you check for allergy to see if it contains what you don't actually like. Number 5. Check for the manufacturer's date as well as the expiry date, which is very, very important. These days, you see some sellers clean off what? The manufacturer's date and the expiry date. We have to check for the manufacturer's date to know when it is manufactured and when it is expiring. Guidelines for selecting convenience food. There are also guidelines we must look into, we must consider before buying convenience food. I will not go to the market as a homemaker or as a student and start buying convenience food. There are reasons that must guide my buying. Number 1, suitability for the occasion or use. What am I using it for? Is what I'm buying, is it suitable for what I am making or preparing? Or am I just buying impulsively? Number 2, availability of the storage facilities. If I am buying quick frozen food and I'm not ready to use it immediately, which means I should have a freezer in the home where to transfer it to. Avoid buying fake products. There are so many products in the market, a lot of competition, and you see them being so cheaply. We should be aware. You might buy them cheaply and then you get the wrong thing. So avoid buying fake products in the market by being careful to check for the NAFDAC number, for the expiry date, for the manufacturer's date, and then the content. Number 4, give due consideration to the cost. Some of these convenience food are not pocket friendly. So if some are not pocket friendly, we go to the fresh food. So give due consideration to the cost. Number 5, check expiry dates. I was equally in the market 2 weeks ago, and a woman returned the Maggi she bought from seller, her customer, that why did you give me this Maggi that it is expired? And it was about 10 of it. And the man had to put it back on the shelf. And this woman was careful enough to check for the expiry date. What of those that will not be careful enough to check for the expiry date and you'll be consuming foods that are expired, that have expired, and which will be injurious to health? So we should check out for expiry dates. Number 6, ensure that the can is not rusted. We have mentioned that earlier. And bulgy or dented. Be careful not to be confused by the sellers to buy. Now, uses and nutritive value of convenience food. What are the uses? Why do we use this convenience food in our diet? Number 1, some of them are used as a main dish. In your food and nutrition and home management class, you know we have 3 courses to a meal. Number 1, which is the appetizer. Number 2, which is the main dish. Number 3, which is the dessert. The appetizer is a little dish which you eat to help to boost your appetite, while the main dish is the food you eat to get satisfaction, while the third course, which is the dessert, is eaten to help your food to digest. Now, we said that it is used as the main dish. What are the examples of convenience food that are used as main dish? Examples are canned jollof rice. They are used as main dish. You can just buy it, heat it up. If you don't want to heat, you just open up and start eating. Some we have our canned egusi soup. You just open up, use your eba or your semovita, and you are good to go. You are eating. Then we have canned fruit salad. You can also open up. They are already ready for consumption, and that is used as a main dish. Number 2, they are used as flavorings for dishes. Example, we have milk. Some of these convenience food are used as flavoring in dishes. Example, in confectionery making, you can use milk as what? As a flavor. Number 3, they are used to improve the nutritive value or quality of the food. When I mean by the nutritive value, it adds or builds up the food we eat. It adds to what? To the nutritive value. Examples are corned beef. Corned beef are what? Meat. They are beef. So they add to the nutritional value of the food. We have salad, and then we have sardine, and then we have baked beans. They are used as garnishings. In your class, you know what garnishings are? Now, garnishes is what? Is to beautify, to decorate, to make colorful and attractive. So some of these convenience food are used as garnishes on dishes. Example is what? Baked beans. We use our baked beans on salad as garnishing. We also use it as what? Improving nutritive value. We also have sweet corn, which is also used as a garnish, and sardine. Number 5, some are used as dessert in dishes. Desserts are taken to help our food to digest. And so examples of this is fruit salad. So fruit salad is used as a dessert in convenience food. Some are used as appetizers. Example, yogurt is used as an appetizer. Milk is also used as an appetizer. Orange juice or fruit juices are used as appetizer. So we have now seen that some of them are used as what? Main dishes. Some are used as what? Appetizer. Some are used as what? Dessert. Some are used as garnishing. Advantages. It saves time and energy. Having going to the market to buy fresh tomato, to wash, to blend, to boil. To some people, it is a waste of time. What they have to do is just to go to the shop, get either a sachet or tomato puree. They don't need to have to wash, blend, and boil. So it saves their time and it also saves their energy. Number 2, it is easy to carry about. If I have to carry my food in the flask, I'll be very careful for it not to pour. But once I have my canned jollof rice, it is easy. It is handy to carry about. Number 3, it is a good choice for inexperienced cook. There are housewives or students who are inexperienced, so they don't have to go through the stress of having to cut, to chop, to dice, to blend, to simmer, or to pound. They'll just get it and what? And start eating. So it is a good choice for inexperienced cook. It is used when an unexpected visitor arrives. If you have an unexpected visitor who also be leaving very quickly, you just bring it out and you serve. So it is used for an unexpected visitor. It is available in and out of season. It is always in season. It is always out of season. Your tomato puree is in season. Your tomato puree is out of season. You don't have to look for it. It is always available in supermarket. It is always available in shops. It is always available in the market. You can get it in season and out of season. It makes cooking faster. Yes, in the sense that if I have to buy my tomato puree, I don't need to blend again. It will make my work faster. All those things are already in the prepared stage. I don't need to what? I don't need to start preparation. All I have to do is just to start putting them in the pot and cooking. It hastens the cooking. Number 7, it is easy for storing and handling. Some of them can last for 2-3 years. You can buy and store in your shelf. You can buy and store it on your what? In your cupboards. And they are what? And they are what? They will not spoil easily. Now, what are the disadvantages? Whatever that has an advantage has a disadvantage. Number 1, some of them are not pocket friendly. Some are expensive. They are not easy to buy. So, they are expensive. Number 2, some of the nutrients may have been destroyed during processing method. Yes. Some of the B complex vitamin, which is water-soluble vitamins, are easily lost in water during processing. And we know that, especially in canned food, which is either pasteurized or sterilized, they go through the processes of heating. And once they are heated, the nutrients are lost. So we get little or nothing from them. So some of the nutrients may have been destroyed during processing method. Some of the chemicals used for the preservation are injurious to health. Yes, some are carcinogenic substances. Some of the chemicals used in preserving them are injurious. No wonder we will see that when fishes are brought into the country or turkeys are brought into the country, you see the customs seizing them, because some of these chemicals used in storing them are used for what? Preservation of what? Dead people. Some are used, formalin are used in preserving them. These are injurious to health. They are not what? They are not to be consumed, because it is not right to be consumed, because those chemicals are harsh to the health. That is why these days we have so many cancer patients around. Why? As a result of some of the food consumed. Now, students, we've come to the end of this lesson, but we are going to review what we have learned. We will go into what convenience food is. We started by defining convenience food as foods that are pre-prepared, packaged by the manufacturers in a ready-to-use form. They are what? Foods that are pre-prepared and packed by the manufacturers in a ready-to-use form. So they are therefore quicker and simpler to use. And we went on to mention the types of convenience food. Number 1, we said we have quick frozen food. And examples of these quick frozen foods are meat, fish, turkey, snails, and so on. Number 2, we have canned foods. Examples of canned foods are corned beef, milk, sardine, tomato puree, fruit salad, and so on. Number 3, we say we have dehydrated foods. And these dehydrated foods are foods that the moisture content has been removed. And we have examples as potato flakes, coffee, instant tea, and cocoa. Number 4, we have packed food. And on this packed food, we said that they are on the final stage of what? Consumption. And we said their examples are sandwiches, cakes, biscuits, ready cooked meals, and so on. We also went on to mention the factors to consider when purchasing canned food. Number 1, the can must not be bulgy. That is, the can must not be swollen. If the can is swollen, it means microorganism has set in. Number 2, the seams must be intact. There should not be opening of any sort. And then number 3 said the can should not be dented. Should not be what? Disfigured. Number 4, we have check for the list of ingredients for allergy or the contents of the food. Number 5, check for the manufacturer's date as well as the expiry date, which is very, very important. Now, what are the guidelines for selecting convenience food? Number 1 is the suitability for the occasion. Is it suitable for the occasion? What I'm buying, is it right for what I am preparing? Number 2, availability of the storage facilities. Do I have the storage facilities for what I am buying? Number 3, avoid buying fake products by checking out all what we have mentioned by manufacturers there, because there are so many products in the market competing, and you go in for them because they are cheap, but they are not the right products. Number 4, give due consideration to the cost. Are they pocket friendly? Do I have to substitute, or do I have something else to fall back at? Number 5, check for the expiry date. Many foods are left on the counter which have expired, and if you're not careful enough, you will not check. You buy and go, and when you return, some might not even want to collect. Number 6, ensure that the can is not rusted, bulgy, or dented. Now, what are the uses of this convenience food? We said that some of them are used as main dish. They are used as main dish. Examples of foods that are used as main dish, we have canned jollof rice, we have canned egusi soup, we have canned fruit salad. They are used as main dish. Number 2, they are used as flavorings for dishes. We use them to flavor the dishes. Examples are meal. Number 3, they are used to improve the nutritive value or quality of the food. They usually add to the nutrient of the food. Example, we have the corned beef, we have sardine, we have baked beans. Number 4, they are used as garnishings, and we know what garnishings are. They are what? Decorations to make food to appear beautiful, colorful, and attractive to the eater. Examples are baked beans, sweet corn, sardines, and so on. Number 5, some of them are used as desserts in dishes. That is the last course of the meal to help the food they eat to digest. Number 6, some are used as appetizers. Examples, we have yogurt, milk, orange, and orange juices. Now, I'm going to leave you with an assignment. Number 1, define convenience food and give 2 examples of each. Define convenience food and give 2 examples of each. Number 2, mention 5 guidelines that should be considered when selecting convenience food. I take that again. Mention 5 guidelines that should be considered when selecting convenience food. Number 3, state 3 advantages and disadvantages of convenience food. I will take the assignment again. Number 1, define convenience food and give 2 examples of each. Number 2, mention 5 guidelines that should be considered when selecting convenience foods. Number 3, state 3 advantages and 3 disadvantages of convenience food. Now, for more studies or for your assignments, we have these references. Number 1, Foods and Nutrition for WASSCE and SSCE by J.O. Olusanya, F. Bala, OOEC, and Co. Foods and Nutrition for WASSCE and SSCE by J.O. Olusanya, F. Bala, OAEC, and Co. Number 2, Foods and Nutrition for Senior Secondary School 1 to 3 by J.O. Olusanya, OB, AEC and Co. I remain yours, Subangozi Gloria. You can contact me for any question, observation, or contribution on this topic. 0806 594 5214. 0806 594 5214. Stay safe and keep learning. Till we meet again in the next class. God bless you.